So the next topic is how the gaseous exchange takes place in the lungs, that is in the alveolar region. Okay. So the gaseous exchange takes place in two steps. That is, one is from lungs, that is at the alveolar region. Okay, alveoli are the unit of the lungs which are richly supplied with the blood capillaries, right? So at the alveolar region the exchange of the gases will takes place. Okay, so where the impure blood is sent to the lungs and pure blood is taken out from the lungs, and that pure blood is supplied to the heart again. That I will explain you in the next unit, that is circulation. So in the human beings the circulatory system is a double circulation takes place. Okay, means the impure blood from the body parts reaches the heart, from the heart the impure blood will reaches the lungs. There the exchange of the gases takes place in the lungs. Okay, from the lungs again the pure blood will send to the heart, and from the heart the pure blood is sent to the other body parts. So that is called as double circulation, means heart is receiving the blood for two times. Okay, that is double circulation. Okay, that we will discuss in the next unit, that is circulatory system. Okay, now in this class we will discuss about the what is the alveolar exchange of the blood. So the alveoli, the exchange of the gases takes place at the alveolar region and the blood capillaries. Okay, so that is the first exchange. Afterwards these blood capillaries are supplied or connected to the tissues, right? So their second respiration takes place, that is the exchange of the gases at the from the tissues to the between the tissues and the blood capillaries. Okay, so that is the second type. Okay, this process, that is exchange process, takes place by the simple diffusion. So you know about the diffusion. The diffusion takes place because the alveoli are very thin membranes, so that they are single walled in thickness. So the diffusion process will takes place. Okay, so the exchange of the gases between the alveoli and the blood and tissues are affected by some important factors. Now I will mention the main factors. First one is the partial pressure, that is the partial pressure of oxygen and partial pressure of carbon dioxide. Okay, so these two factors, partial pressure and next one is the concentration gradient. So these will affect the gases carrying capacity. Okay, so next one is the solubility. You know the gases, that is carbon dioxide or nitrogen or some other gas, the gases are soluble in the blood, right? So that solubility will also affect the transportation of the gases. Next, third one is the thickness of the layer, that is alveolar layer. Okay, thickness of the alveolar layer. Okay, next one is the surface area of the lung. If you inhale, the lung capacity will increases. Okay, the surface area of the lung will also affect the respiration. Okay, so these are the main factors which are responsible for the exchange of the gases for the respiration process. Okay, next one is what is the composition of the gases. If you take the composition of the gases in the air, the carbon dioxide, you know the carbon dioxide is present in 0.03%, whereas in the exhaled air it is 4.4%. Means you are in the inhalation, during the inhalation the oxygen is 21%, while during the exhalation the oxygen is only 16% you are releasing outside, whereas carbon dioxide you are releasing 4.4%, means more carbon dioxide is going out from our lungs into the atmosphere. Okay, next, why we are taking 21% of oxygen in the inhaled air and releasing only 16%. Why? So in the first, that is in the while I am explaining about the respiratory system, I told you that the atmospheric air is get moisted, right? So in order to keep the lungs moist, that air is kept, some amount of air is kept to keep the lungs moist, and remaining in 21%, 5% is kept in the lungs to keep it moist, and remaining 16% of the air is sent outside by the exhalation process. Okay, next, what is the lung carrying, what is the total lung carrying capacity of the man? Okay, the total lung carrying capacity of the man is 5800 ml. Okay, at the rest period, during the rest period, the inhaled air and exhaled air, that is in the normal position, that is normal, it is 500 ml. Okay, and the remaining 1200, nearly 16% I told. Okay, in that 16%, 1200 ml is kept inside the lungs to keep the lungs moist. Okay, so this is about the lung capacity in the normal man. Okay, please note down the points, children. You look at the pictures and try to understand. Okay, in the next class I will explain you about the transportation of the gases, that is transportation of oxygen and transportation of carbon dioxide. Okay.